Imagine waking up every day knowing what you need to do, staying focused and hitting your goals. No motivation required. Sounds impossible, right? Well, in just 3 months, I completely transformed my mindset and overcame procrastination. And today I'm going to share exactly how I did it step by step so you can also as well start building your discipline mindset. 1. Set clear achievable goals and track your progress. At first, I had no idea what I was working towards. I was busy, but I wasn't productive. I felt stuck and overwhelmed. Then I realized something. Without clear achievable goals, you are just spinning your wheels. Now, let me give you an example to kind of explain what I'm saying. I want you to picture yourself in the middle of a very big ocean. What I was doing basically was that I was just swimming in different directions from that middle. From that middle, I didn't have, let's say, an island I saw I was swimming to. So I was stuck in this era of, if I swim here, am I going to the right place? Or if I swim here, am I going to the right place? No clear, achievable goal in mind. And I broke down my big vision into bit sizes I could track daily. Let's use this goal I have, which is to surpass 1 million in the next 5 years on YouTube. Now, looking at that big goal, I can say, oh wow, that is a big goal. And if you look at it, 5 years is not very, very long. It's going to come this quick. Now, if I was to just sit down and just look at it and say, wow, 1 million subscribers. I'm currently at, I think, 106 as at now. Thinking about 1 million, 106, those two don't align. But then if you look at it this way, okay, 1 million in 5 years, what can we do each year to be able to hit that 1 million subscribers? In that case, that is how you break down that goal. Then if you say, okay, this is what I can do every year to hit this 1 million goal, then you can also break it down to what can I do every single month to be able to reach that target I have for myself. For me, is it investing in coaching, or is it maybe improving my skills, maybe speaking, presenting, or whatever the case may be, or actually maybe building myself so I can provide more value to you guys. Then you also now break it down to what can I do on a daily basis to be able to get to that goal. And you notice that when you break it down that much to like a daily basis, you notice how that goal just became much more, something that you can actually do. Then you can then now track your progress by saying, oh, today is done. Was I able to hit the target I had today for my YouTube channel? But all in all, what you can see me do there is that I'm breaking that big goal that kind of seems crazy into smaller steps that can make that goal much more reasonable. And here's the kicker. By starting small, I didn't feel overwhelmed. In fact, I felt in control more than ever. So develop 3 core habits that reinforce your discipline. Next, I tried to overhaul my entire life all at once. And guess what? It didn't work. I was setting myself up for failure. Instead, I decided to focus on 3 simple habits, which I like to call non-negotiables, which were a morning routine that sets the tone for my day, prioritizing my most important tasks first, and sticking to my plan even when I didn't feel like it. So those are like the 3 non-negotiables I created for myself to kind of help me reinforce my discipline. And I mentioned the first one was like creating a morning routine. And I've noticed that one thing a lot of us struggle with this morning routine is that try to look at people you want to be, which is definitely fine, and try to copy exactly what they do now. But the thing there is that they are not wrong with what maybe the routines they are doing with themselves. They are doing it based on where they are now, but it might not necessarily apply to where you currently are. Kind of what I've done for myself now is that there are some you can actually pick that is kind of like generic, and maybe most people have to kind of do that. Morning routine is simple. 1, I have a quiet time, and 2, I go to the gym. That is kind of simple, and those are like 2 non-negotiable tasks I have to do in the morning to kind of, get things running. But it's not that if maybe something happens, I wake up late and I can't do one of them, doesn't mean I won't do the rest of the things I have for the day. But it's just kind of that thing that if I do it, it kind of tells myself, okay, I said I was going to go to the gym, I said I was going to have a quiet time, and I actually did it. Second non-negotiable is me prioritizing my most important tasks first. I see this a lot. We have to-do list, tasks we want to do. But what we tend to do is that we tend to put focus on the ones we can easily check and say we are done. Which that was, to be honest with you, that's how I started. I started with to have a bunch of tasks, and I just enjoyed, ticking, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done, I'm done. But when I started looking at it from a more broad perspective, learning different things, I noticed that most of those tasks that is easy to check off are not the ones that actually move us closer to our goals. I'll take this for example. It won't be as easy for me to check off editing a whole video for the YouTube channel compared to watching a video on how to edit. If you look at those 2 things, they both help me, but which one actually helps me the most? It is editing my video for my YouTube channel, which that will take a much longer time than me watching the video, I could maybe watch the video in maybe 10-20 minutes and easily check it off and move on to the next thing. One thing I want us to focus on in this is that maybe, let's say, I don't know if you guys plan your day a day before or you plan your day in the morning. I would definitely recommend you do any of the two. I personally do it night before. With that, write out the list of things you have to do in the day. When you write down everything, look at everything one by one. Okay, is this a top priority? Is this something that can move me closer to my goal? With that, you can put like a top priority beside the top priority. And any other thing that isn't really a top priority, you can then just put maybe brain dump beside its BD. Then when you're putting your calendar together, you make sure that those top priorities goes in first before you even think of bringing any other one that is not your top priority. And the third habit is sticking to my plan. In this whole thing, we set up our day, we've prioritized what we need to prioritize. Now, the only thing left is for us to actually stick to that plan of what we've already planned on the calendar. That, I think we kind of struggle with that a lot. I personally was that, maybe let me give you a story or an example I can use to describe this. I think when I kind of started, I usually put editing maybe in the evening, in the night, or maybe creative tasks in the night. But then I noticed that I was able to get things done in the morning. But when it got towards that night, I think there was a day I was editing a video, and the creativity to maybe do something on the video to make it a bit nice than how it was when I just shot it, I was struggling with it. It was like I couldn't figure it out. I was becoming stressed. I felt tired. I was yawning all around and different things like that. Then I think I had to kind of, through my learning process, I kind of saw that me just putting priorities in my day isn't enough. I have to also plan those priorities according to my energy level. Now, take this for example. I personally am a morning person. So therefore, I'm more sharp when I'm in the morning. With that, I can't necessarily put video editing in the evening, because what happens then? My creativity is done and my energy is just out. I just prefer to do tasks that, those checking off quick tasks during that time, creative tasks to the morning, and I move the other check tasks towards later during the day. Definitely will be different. I might be a morning person, you might be a night person, whatever the case may be for you. The key here is that you know which person you are and plan your day according to that, to ensure that each day you move closer to that goal you have set for yourself, and also build that disciplined mindset you want. This habit didn't just make me more disciplined, they changed my approach to life completely. 3. Stop waiting for motivation. Take action immediately. Motivation is a myth. I spent months waiting for the perfect time or that perfect motivation to just hit me so I can start doing what I need to do. And all it did was make me feel lazy and defeated. And this happened during the time where I was back in Nigeria, my home country, and I just came back from the university planning to travel. I was just basically at home for like, I think 3 months or so. I'll be honest, this whole journey you see me, how I am now compared to how I was, it was motivation that I used to start it. But it is not motivation I use today. I learned that, motivation is a feeling. Just like we know, feelings change. Today you can feel happy, tomorrow you can feel sad. The same thing with motivation. You can feel motivated today, you might not be able to feel motivated the next day. Instead, I focused on taking action even when I didn't feel like it. I just showed up to take at least that small step. So some mornings when you wake up and you don't feel like doing that thing, that non-negotiable task you have to do, I'm not saying that it has to be perfect every time. Sometimes those days you feel down, you might not have the best workout, but at least if you went to the gym and did something, that to you says, even though I was feeling down, I was able to show up and get what I needed to get done. And whether you like it or not, this plays into you building that discipline mindset that you want for yourself. And I noticed that the more I took action, the more I took those small steps, the more I was able to assure myself that, oh wow, okay, I said I was going to do this, I did it. I was still going to do this, I did it. Now I've gotten to the stage where, me going to the gym is not a matter of will I go to the gym. It's a matter of when will I go to the gym. So that there is no option. I'm going to the gym whether I like it or not. I just need to pick when I am going to the gym. Look at any top person you want to look at, maybe people you look up to, their journeys. Most of them, they started whatever they are doing with motivation. I can do this, I can do this. But let me tell you, when that hard work hits, when those, tough time comes, that motivation will disappear. What then will keep you going and keep you moving forward. If you think of it like this, if everybody had motivation, or if motivation was the key for everybody to move forward, then everybody will be successful. On YouTube, we have a lot of motivational videos you can watch every single day. Are a lot. If that was the key, you would be disciplined and you won't have to watch this video now. Please, I'm not saying this for you to feel overwhelmed by everything I'm saying. I get it. Everyone starts from somewhere. So that's why I'm saying, please, 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 if you can start with one non-negotiable habit for yourself every day that you must do, just start with that. From that, you can start building it consistently, because we know that consistent action is what actually builds this momentum for you to have a disciplined mindset. Try implementing these 3 steps into your own life and see how your life changes. And let me give you a side note. The hardest part will be the beginning. So go into whatever you are doing and know that the hardest part I'm going to face is the beginning. Once I can cross over that beginning, the rest is just one step at a time, and you just keep on going. Drop a comment and let me know which habit you are going to start with first. And if you want more strategies to building a disciplined mindset, click the video on the screen and I'll see you on the other side.